Hey y'all, I'm Brandy Woods Snow, and tonight I'm going to read you a quick excerpt of my story in the Love on Main anthology, which is called Intertextual Relations. And I'm going to see if I can get that. There we go. All right, here we go. The DJ's music bumps hard, the bass keeping perfect rhythm with my pounding heart. Ba-dump, 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 in triple time. I inhale slowly, searching for calm somewhere in the wet blanket humidity of the cloudless southern night. It isn't working. I open my sequined purse and pull out the only provisions I could cram into this tiny space for tonight, a tube of raucous red gloss, much darker than I'd usually wear, but then again special occasions call for a bit of risk-taking. My phone, abnormally silent, and 2 pristine prom tickets with the names on them, Riley Ann Royce, +1. The warm glow of a gazillion strands of Edison lights crisscrossing the downtown's farmers market pavilion splash out like amber fingers to Main Street, barely reaching to the corner of Main and Trade where I stand alone under the dim glow of an antique streetlight, restuffing my purse and smoothing out the wrinkles from the jade-colored tulle of my dress. And waiting. He's supposed to be my +1, but where is he? His text said, "Meet me at 8:30 by the famous Main Street fountain." Ironic, since he's never even seen it. I guess I talk about the town too much in our conversations. I press the button on the phone and the screen illuminates. 8:22. Sweat droplets bead my hairline, and I try to pat them away from the loose blonde wisp, keeping in mind the 2 inches of caked makeup on my face. Mom insisted on a full makeover at the department store beauty counter with more products than I've seen before in my lifetime. More products than I ever hope to see again. She's always been way more into the whole beauty thing than me. The curse of her growing up the high school beauty queen and the homecoming queen. From Little Miss Fountain to Cotillion Queen, Dad always laughs and says that if they made a tiara and a sash for something, Mom had it. Except for Drama Queen, of course, which went more by reputation than accessories. Traveling the road she paved in our little town always left me feeling a bit DOA, kind of like a slow possum straddling the center line. How she ended up with an only daughter who lives for her GPA and volunteer work at the animal shelter, I'll never know. Some great universal force to restore balance, possibly. Footsteps shuffle toward me from the sidewalk, and I crane my neck for a better view. My hopes deflate like a popped balloon when a boy I recognize from the baseball team and his date, a girl in a flowing baby pink dress, rush past me to the balloon tunnel entrance. Immediately behind them, a short way down the sidewalk, a pair of guys amble toward me. One I recognize immediately. The other I don't. His chocolate brown hair and broad shoulders I'd recognize anywhere, even though I've been spending the last year trying to forget them. My ex-boyfriend Caden steps into the streetlight, and I whirl around, half hiding my face with my sequined purse. Probably not a good idea with the light glinting off each sequin, and the bag itself hardly big enough to cover anything. I glance at the fountain, and for a moment entertain the crazy thought of jumping in and holding my breath beneath the bubbling water. Why is he here? He doesn't go to high school with us anymore, at least not since last year and all the trouble he stirred up. His frazzled parents sent him packing, straight to some military reform school downstate, where he has to wear uniforms and do things like KP duty and follow a bunch of strict rules. Riley Ann, is that you? Nope, totally not me. Anyone but me. Their footsteps thump louder behind me, and in one last act of self-preservation, I pull my purse to my chest and wrench my cell phone from it, just as his fingers land on my bare shoulder. I shrug from his grip and turn around, mouth agape in all my efforts to seem surprised. "Well, Caden, what are you doing here?" I ask, my voice squeaking out an octave higher than usual. "Last time I checked, I still live here, even if I've been away. You're making me think you didn't miss me at all. But I'll be willing to bet you have thought about me, haven't you?" He taps my forehead with his finger and laughs as I search for ways to break it in half. His arrogant smile twists my stomach. Caden's knack for making me want to hug him and then follow it up with a throat punch never fails to deliver. Instead, I shift my attention to his tag-along friend, who stands beside him watching us saucer-eyed. His chestnut hair, the same shade as his eyes, is cropped short in a military style like Caden's, but with a few longer curls left poking out on top. "Hey, I'm Alex," he says, stretching out his arm with a toothy grin. His voice is deep and gravelly with a southern drawl so thick I could drown in it. I slide my hand in his skin warm and clammy against mine as he pumps it up and down a few times. I'm Caden's roommate. Bless your heart.